Oh man, oh man, oh man. What's up, everyone, and welcome to my top 20 best movies of 2012. And I am here to finish it up. This is part 2, and it's going to be number 10 to number 1. And if you do not know, the Academy Awards are today, so I'm going to try to do this as quick as I can so you can watch it, and then you can go and watch some Academy Awards. Now, if you want to follow what I think of the Academy Awards, you have to follow me on Twitter because I'll be live tweeting the crap out of that stuff. So go on and go to my Twitter, GORACUS. That's my Twitter. Go follow me if you want to find out what I think of the Academy Awards while they're being broadcasted. Anyway, let's get straight into it with the top 10. With number 10. Prometheus is my number 10, and this was a movie I was super excited for because, of course, it was being advertised as a somewhat sort of a prequel to Alien, and that's great because I love Alien, and there hasn't been a real good Alien movie in a very long time, so I was super pumped. And it did not disappoint, in my opinion. Sure, there was some plot holes here and there, and there's some, idiotic decisions from some characters, but I thought the visuals here were absolutely breathtaking. The acting here was great, especially from the two leads, Michael Fassbender and Noomi Rapace. I think I said her name right. And they were great in this film. I really liked their characters, especially Noomi Rapace, only because she went through a lot of stuff through this film. You really feel bad for her in it. And Michael Fassbender is just absolutely amazing in this, but that's Michael Fassbender. That's him. And I love all the little prequel stuff they add, all the little references, all the little things that they, clear up from the first movie. I just love this film. I think it's, pure entertainment and definitely great sci-fi. So Prometheus is my number 10. Looper is my number 9. And talk about pure sci-fi entertainment, Looper is definitely that, but way more than just that. It's also a fantastically written story with great characters, amazing acting, especially from Bruce Willis, which really surprised me. This part's where his character gets real dark and it gets really, really emotional. He does a damn good job with that stuff, and I think the acting's fantastic. I think all the little sci-fi elements they put in here is very well written, and they don't overly explain some of the time travel aspects, which I love. I love when Rian Johnson pretty much goes and says, yeah, time travel, here's a little bit. I'm not going to over explain it because I'll be here all day trying to explain it. But it's super entertaining chase film that completely works. It really does. And I cannot wait to see what Rian Johnson does in the future. Hopefully it will be more of a sci-fi movie like this. And yeah, I can't wait for whatever he does next. Looper is my number 9 and definitely worth your time. The Life of Pi is my number 8 film, and I went into this movie expecting it to be amazing because I heard the book was amazing. I heard very early press being really damn good about this film, and I was expecting it to be emotional but very uplifting, very heartfelt, and that's really what I got. I got a tale of survival that really just touched me in all the good places. That sounds weird, but it did really get to me. I got very emotional at the end of this film. I thought the ending itself was very well done, a very cool little twist that they put in the end. I thought the acting from everybody was fantastic, especially the kid that plays Young Pi in this film. I thought he was amazing. I really love that kid. But I have to give all the credit, really, right now, to that tiger, that CG tiger. Damn, they put so much emotion into that tiger. It's absolutely groundbreaking. That was a best tiger I've ever seen, and it was completely made out of CG. So overall, I think Life of Pi has beautiful visuals, great writing. It's a very emotional tale about survival. Definitely go check it out, but get ready to, cry a couple tears. Django Unchained is my number 7 film, and of course this is the movie directed by Quentin Tarantino, which got him some controversy because he uses the N-word about 500 times in the film, which is perfectly fine with me because I think this movie is very well written and very funny at times, and has great performances from Jamie Foxx, Christoph Waltz, and Leonardo DiCaprio. And it's just a very entertaining film, especially when they actually just get down and start talking to each other. Because, of course, just like many Quentin Tarantino films, when they just start sitting down and, talking, you're like, oh, this is something bad's going to happen. Someone's going to get shot in the head. Someone's going to get their throat slit. Something bad's going to happen to a character I actually started to really come to like. So you get really scared at times, but the dialogue is very tense, very well written. The cinematography is fantastic, and hell, when it gets into that last third, that last big action scene, holy crap, it goes insane. It goes insane, but I love it. I really do. Django Unchained is pure entertainment that is being considered for an Oscar, so that must be good entertainment. Definitely go check it out. Django Unchained is my number 7. Argo is my number 6 film, and I know people are going to give me crap for this only being number 6 and not being higher, but I'm sorry, people. I love this film. I think this should win Best Picture. If it wins Best Picture, I will be super happy. I will be like, yeah, Ben Affleck, I love you. And he directs this film with such confidence that I haven't seen in a director in a very long time. And hell, I think he actually does a damn good job starring in the film too, playing Tony Mendez, this character that is very real, and he does a damn good job making us care for him because he's the badass type dude, but he's not going to go around whooping ass. He's very confident. He knows what he's doing, and I love that about this character. The story itself is very well written, very tense at the end. You don't know what's going to happen, especially since I didn't know the real true story of what happened. So that actually really worked for the last 20 minutes of this film when everybody's running around trying not to get caught. I'm here feeling like I'm running around trying not to get caught, and by the end of it, I was out of breath. I was like, damn, oh god, that was pretty damn good. So yeah, Argo is definitely a movie filled with tension, very funny at times too, and I really recommend it. Argo is my number 6. Silver Linings Playbook is my number 5, and this is a film that takes the romantic comedy genre and makes it Oscar worthy, because Silver Linings Playbook not only has some of the best performances from Jennifer Lawrence and Bradley Cooper of their entire careers, but it has some of the best performances from people like Robert De Niro and Jackie Weaver we've seen in a very long time. And this movie does something that I haven't seen in any romantic comedy before, and it gives us two completely unhinged characters, two not very well characters, kind of not psychopaths, but they're kind of crazy in a way, and they put them together and they actually start to form a relationship and start to get better because they're with each other. And I really love that portion. That's where a lot of the comedy comes from, with some of the dialogue between them, and of course the romance, and the chemistry is perfect between Bradley Cooper and Jennifer Lawrence. And hopefully tonight at least one of them will get an Oscar, hopefully, because they were both fantastic in this. And also, one last thing to add, Chris Tucker is in the film, and he's actually really damn good and not annoying, and he plays a crazy dude, which is very surprising. So I just wanted to add that. Overall, Silver Linings Playbook is my number 5. The Gray is my number 4 film. Hey everyone, remember this film? It came out in January, and this was the movie people thought Liam Neeson was going to go and kick some wolf ass. Well, guess what? That's not what it was. It was a movie about characters. It was a character study in a way, except it followed many different characters besides just one. The film is about survival, kind of like Life of Pi was, except this one really takes all these characters and makes them characteristics of death, because there's one guy that just wants to get out of there. He's the tough guy. Liam Neeson's the cool guy. There's one that's the afraid one that wants to get back to his family. There's another one that is not really afraid of death, only because he had people that he really loved in his past that died. And it really is a very emotional movie when you think about that. It's just characteristics of death, the types of death that can happen to someone, and it really is a movie about that. But it also has wolves, of course. There's very tense scenes, very scary scenes at times, and you really don't want to see any of these characters go. And sadly, you will see some characters you start to like get killed. Spoiler, there's some death. I mean, it's not really a spoiler. So yeah, The Gray is definitely a movie to check out. I love this film. Just don't expect it to be taken in the Antarctic, because that's not what it is at all. So there you go. The Gray is my number 4. Marvel's The Avengers is my number 3 film, and this is a film, of course, everybody was looking forward to. Oh my god, everybody. And I was super pumped for this film. I went to go see it early the day it came out with a bunch of my friends. We had a good time. It was 2.5 hours, and it did not feel like that. And I've seen it about twice more since then, and I love this film. The Avengers is a film that never slows down, has so much funny dialogue, amazing looking visuals with some of our favorite heroes out there, and of course that last 25 minutes where it's non-stop, amazingly shot action that is just super entertaining. And I love The Avengers, I really do. I can't really think of anything that's wrong with this film, and many people can't. Many people would say this is their favorite film of 2012. Now, of course, I don't think that. The reason why is because my other 2 films are way more serious and got me to actually start to, feel emotions, kind of like other movies in this list. So that's the only reason why The Avengers is number 3. I still love this film, and if you haven't checked it out, what the hell is wrong with you? Go check it out in the biggest screen possible. Blu-ray, 3D, do it now. But now, we are down to the top 2 films of 2012. But the question is, which one is the better movie? Now the thing is, I have to actually announce what these movies are. One of them you can kind of guess if you know me well, but the other one might be a little harder to guess. So, without further ado, I love saying that, my top 2 films of 2012 are The Dark Knight Rises and Les Misérables. Hey, look at me, I'm French. Yes, that's right. I put Dark Knight, the Batman, and a musical together as my 2 favorite films of 2012, and I know no one's going to agree with me, but that's why it's my list. Give me a thumbs down, I don't care, because I love both of these films, and they're my 2 favorite films. Now, let's start off by talking about Les Misérables, because this is the film that many people are probably going to be like, what? Really? That's in your top 2? It's better than Avengers? What are you, crazy? It's better than Argo? You're crazy. And maybe I am, but you know what? I love musicals, so that automatically makes me biased to this film. And this is a movie that takes the musical and makes it just so good because it just tells a story that is very, very, very intriguing about a character that goes to jail for doing something very small and trying to protect his family, and he gets out and tries to make his life better, but he can't. And of course, now he has to run away from the person that pretty much made his life crap for the last 30 years of his life. And it really is a very emotional film. Everybody does a damn good job singing, especially Hugh Jackman, who is a Broadway singer. He's been doing this for a very long time, and he's amazing in this. He definitely should get an Oscar just for this role. And also Anne Hathaway, who's barely in the film, leaves such a high mark, leaves such an impact that you can't get it away. You just keep thinking about her. She is so great in this, and if you don't feel like you're getting a little weepy and a little emotional after her scene is done, then you're an idiot. You're wrong. You will feel sad about that. You will. The cinematography is absolutely gorgeous, and the use of special effects for this film definitely worked, and the costume design and hell, even the sets themselves really add to the story. I think Les Misérables is one of the best films of last year, and of course the Academy agrees because they put it in their Best Picture nominations too. So they think it's one of the best too, and I highly think so, but the question is it the best? Well, let's talk about The Dark Knight Rises now. The Dark Knight Rises, in my opinion, is the perfect way to conclude this trilogy. Christopher Nolan did an amazing job directing this film, getting the best out of his actors. Christian Bale does an amazing job here as Batman / Bruce Wayne. You really do care for him. After the other 2 movies and this, you really do feel bad for him when, bad things start to happen. Bane as a villain is an amazing villain. He is the powerhouse, but very smart and intelligent, and the perfect match for Batman. And that whole scene where Batman and Bane are fighting for the first time is one of the most gut-wrenching and best scenes I've seen in a film ever. I love that scene, and I've seen that so many times now. It's such a good scene. It really is. Bane is a great villain. Batman is a great hero. You really root for him, and all the scenes where he getting beat down and Gotham isn't looking too good is great. It really is. It's very powerful, especially in the last 40 minutes, which is some of the best, not really action, but best build up to something ever. It really is. And I know I keep juggling around this, but let me just say the acting here is just phenomenal, especially when you get Anne Hathaway as Catwoman, who is fantastic, very, very intriguing of a character. And you also have Michael Caine, who comes back as Alfred Pennyworth, and he is so good in this movie, and he's not in it for very long, but he has 2 very emotional scenes that I almost cry like a little bitch at. He's so good in this film, and everybody is great in this, and I think the writing is fantastic. Sure, there is a couple of little plot holes here and there, but you know what? I can completely forget those because everything else is so amazing in this film. I love Dark Knight Rises. But the question is, which film is the better movie, Les Misérables or Dark Knight Rises? Well, without further ado, my favorite movie of 2012 is, drumroll, The Dark Knight Rises is my favorite movie of 2012. Yeah, woo! I love this film. I don't know what else to say. This film is just highly rewatchable, very entertaining, very thought-provoking, great writing with great actors all the way around. The ending is fantastic, and in my opinion, it is the perfect conclusion to the Nolan trilogy of Batman, and I love this film. I know many people are going to disagree. Some might actually agree, because it does have great reviews, but of course, there's going to be people that say, of course you picked Batman. It's Batman, you freaking biased piece of crap. But no, I really really truly love this film. I saw it twice more after I saw the entire trilogy in theaters, so I guess that has to count for something, right? I actually did love it. I saw it twice more on my own. So I love this film. Dark Knight Rises, definitely recommended completely. Les Miserables, definitely go check out when it hits Blu-ray next month. But right now, Dark Knight Rises, it's out on Blu-ray. Go check it out if you have not. Go see the entire trilogy because it is my favorite trilogy of all time. There you go, I said it. I love this film. It's my favorite movie of 2012. And I'm going to go watch the Oscars. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Play us out, Oscar music. Thank you and goodbye.